Forensic accounting and Benford's law. What is Benford's law? Benford's law, the law of anomalous numbers, or the first-digit law, is an observation that the leading digit is frequently likely to be small in real-world sets of numerical data. The number 1 appears as the leading significant digit in sets that adhere to the law roughly 30% of the time, while the number 9 does so less frequently, less than 5% of the time. If the digits were randomly distributed, each one would appear roughly 11.1% of the time. Additionally, the distribution of second, third, and subsequent digits, as well as digit combinations, are predicted by Benford's law. Natural versus non-natural numbers. Natural numbers are ones that are not produced by humans or obtained from a random number generator. They are also not arranged in any particular numbering scheme. Non-natural numbers are purposefully created to convey information that limits the number's ability to be naturally occurring, e.g., postal codes and telephone numbers. Why does Benford's law make sense? Benford's law holds true whether you are counting money, acres, inventories, populations, or anything else, because you must count 1 before you can count 2, 3, or 4. 10 before you can count 20, 30, or 40. 100 before you can count 200, 300, or 400, and so on. Every counting task begins with a smaller number, but not every counting task advances to encompass the rising number. For instance, when counting to 25, only one number leads with the digit 3. Whereas 11 numbers have the leading digit of 1, 7 numbers have the leading digit of 2, and so on. Payments example. Consider that your 3-digit payment is $XXX. How likely is it that the first digit will be 4? You might assume that the likelihood is 1 in 9. In other words, the first digit might be any of the following: 1, 2, 3, etc., up to 9. According to Benford's law, the odds are not arbitrary. In actuality, the likelihood of the initial digit being a 4 is 9.70%. The likelihood of the first digit being a 1 is 30.1%. This is depicted in Figure 1. Benford's law tests are applied by forensic accountants to natural numbers, such as payment amounts. According to the hypothesis, if a bad actor wants to get away with submitting bogus invoices for payment, he won't submit ones for $100 or $200. Instead, they'll go large and submit ones for $400 or $500. According to Benford, that disrupts the normal sequence in which numbers should occur if you do that many times. For instance, it would be an anomaly if you conducted a Benford's law test on your May payments and discovered that the first digit was 9 in 35% of the cases. According to Benford's law, 9 should only appear as the first digit 4.6% of the time. Check fraud example. The alert thresholds for an organization are $1,000. Just below the alarm levels, one of the accountants has been issuing fraudulent checks for $999. The bad actor is discovered after an investigation is conducted due to the record's data comparison to the Benford curve. Is it fraud if Benford's law is not true? Not necessarily. If a given data set does not conform to Benford's predictions, you should suspect an anomaly and look for additional evidence that the data set is reliable. It turns out that creating a set of false data that follows Benford's law is a challenging task, and many would-be bad actors are probably not familiar with Benford's law or how to create false data.